And so good to see you, because we were only talking about you in the summer after you collapsed on stage and all your fans were very, very worried.
Yeah, the collapsing on stage. And in the last day and a half, all the newspapers have decided that my back operation and me collapsing on the stage in Edmonton are together. And they're not.
They're not connected at all.
They're not connected at all. And just remember to believe everything you read in the newspaper. So, no, they're not connected at all. No. I'd had the flu 2 shows before we did the Edmonton show. And my wife is from Edmonton, and so she came up to Edmonton, and she brought her whole family. Her whole, the whole bunch was there, and she goes, "If you don't go on in Edmonton, I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah.
And so I went on.
Flu or no flu.
And we were on for we were into the encore. We had one more encore to go, and all of a sudden I started feeling dizzy, and I said, "Well, I don't want to fall, because I don't know what direction. If I fainted, I would fall forward. That wouldn't be good. So I'm just going to sit down, and I'll just finish the song sitting down." And as I was going down, I just went out.
Yeah.
And it was from dehydration. They kept me in the hospital for 10 hours, doing all these tests, and it was dehydration. So now the newspapers in the last 2 days, then about 4 weeks ago, I had spinal fusion surgery, and which we didn't know we were going to have. We knew we had a nerve problem, but it wasn't until the doctors got in there, they saw that he had to put some screws and nuts in there.
And how are you now? How are things?
How did that go?
I'm pretty good. I'm a little tired from doing this trip, but I'm okay. I mean,
Do you know what the thing
doesn't always feel good.
There's a lot of concern, I suppose, for you, because people look at that 40-year career, and when they see you being frail or getting older, we all get older, and people worry about themselves getting older because they like to think of what they were like when they were in their 20s, whatever, when they were dancing to that sort of music.
Well, I'll be back to that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just speaking to somebody yesterday. In fact, the producer of the play Bat Out of Hell, and he was in a wheelchair for a year, and with his back, and they told him he'd never walk. And he was up in 8 months. So, and his was a lot worse than mine. I mean, he's got rods running down his back.
Are you good at doing your physiotherapy? I had 2 hips replaced 6 months ago. And,
that's a piece of cake.
Someone would tell him
that's a walk in the park.
I find the physiotherapy hard to fit in and to do, and it's boring, but it's the key to everything, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah.
And was the back injury caused by being a rock star, from leaping about on stage?
That's probably caused from weighing 300 pounds most of my life.
Oh, right.
Most likely, I would say that I weigh 225 today. So when you weigh, I was up to 340 at one point. When you weigh that much, when you have that much weight on your knees and on your back, I think that takes. I don't think running around the stage doing when I was doing rolls and flips and jumps and I don't think that helped a lot.
Well,
but that wasn't the reason.
And Meat, you're in your mid-60s now, are you? Or?
I'm 69.
Well, you're looking well on it. You're looking well for that.
I look like 52.
Yes.
I look like a sex god at 52.
But you won't do that. Okay.
No,
the thing is that
no, he will.
I will. You won't.
I won't. Okay, I won't. Right.
I definitely will.
But which all of us may explain in a way why you're not in Bat Out of Hell, the musical. 40 years in the planning. We are going to see this in London in the West End next summer.
Yeah. And let's talk about that for a second. The newspapers have also failed to mention that Jim Steinman
yes.
is the creator of this musical. Yes, Jim and I have worked together for 42 years, and I have read about 9 different scripts to this particular musical.
There's you and Jim.
That's Jim right there.
So Jim is a composer, songwriter.
Yeah, he is. I consider him one of the greatest in the history of the world.
And did he write Bat Out of Hell? That's
He
his
wrote
song.
Bat Out of Hell. He wrote Anything for Love. You know, I mean, I throw in my 2 cents. I'm not someone who sits around and lets somebody do something and keeps my mouth shut, I can tell you that.
I can imagine.
Yeah. No, my Indian name is never shuts up.
If you enjoyed that, there's more of the same right here. And make sure you subscribe so that you never miss the best moments from this morning.